Good day, friends, family, people of interest out there in the internet world. A couple years ago, I bought this. It was on clearance at the clearance rack down at the paint store. It used to be called Gladwin Paint. Now it's called Finish Masters, a chain of stores that make pretty good stuff. I kind of like TranStar products, but this was like $5 for the can or $15. It was very, very cheap. And I knew I had some items made out of, I want to say plastic, but I don't want to say plastic because plastic is an incorrect term. It is a plasticky type of product, but it's not really plastic. Polyurethane maybe, or it's a bumper cover. This is from my Porsche, my 1981 Porsche. This is the front bumper fascia for my 81 car. I'll explain that in a moment. My 81 car, and right up there is an original body rear fascia for a Porsche 928. I don't know if that's original paint on that. I got that one from Dinsdale Piranha, Jeff down in Port Lavaca. And that one, of course, I haven't blasted. I don't know when or if I will. But this one here, I did blast with plastic, and I used the urea type 2 plastic. I should have used acrylic type 5 plastic just because it's just really rough. Even by my standards, it's relatively rough. But I did get it all blasted clean inside and out, the whole thing. When I was in Germany, stationed there, a lot of the people I hung out with and made friendships with and did things with were in the technical side of things, the carrosserie end of things, car type of things. And we used to buy the primers over there, Spieshecker, Wiesonau products, and we'd have to add, get the additives, Plastogrur, to make an additive to put in the primers so the plastic items would be able to flex and not break the primer apart. But technology has come a long ways. We can buy this that already has the flex in it. And, I'm pretty pleased with how this came out. I would have been more pleased if I used acrylic on this. But let me see if I can show you some acrylic. Let me show you the acrylic. It's very expensive plastic to utilize in doing this kind of work. But the only problem with acrylic, in conjunction with that stuff, that German paint stuff, is the German paint is extremely durable, and it really is well applied, and the preparation and the quality and everything is top notch. So breaking apart the German paint, even by me doing it, is rather challenging. And if I introduce a softer plastic, let me see if I've got some here. This is acrylic. Okay, let me put some in my hand. All right. This is acrylic. It's really good stuff. And it's a different kind of plastic than the urea. Which, let me show you some urea, which is what I used on that. This right here is some urea. I'll put it on here and show you on the display. I apologize for using one hand to do this kind of stuff, but This right here is urea type 2 plastic. And then the type 5 plastic called the acrylic stuff. This is really good for Corvettes, fiberglass, and the aforementioned plastic, polyurethane, whatever those bumpers are made out of. Forgive me for not knowing. It's best for that. I was utilizing this with a mixture of some other stuff that probably was a bit, maybe too aggressive. Maybe a bit too harsh for that plastic, and I'll show you that one part right here. This is the nozzle got away from me a bit and went right into it and gouged the plastic up a bit. And this right here is panel bond that I applied just to fill it in a bit, and I'll sand that down and fill it in. This will end up filling it in and be really nice. But that's that on that. So I think that's a good product. I think it's gonna last well. It's got a good feel to it now. It seems like it's going to be a good product, which is good. I like having good stuff, utilizing good stuff. So also on this is a dashboard for an old Mopar. And I put the panel bond down in here because there was a couple rust holes in there that the owner and even myself did not know were there. And when you blast it, you find all the little small flaws. And that's what I found. So just doing a little bit of touch-up primer here. I don't normally like to do this here, but sometimes I just have to spray a couple things to get it done. These are some of the 944 wheels. These are all in primer, epoxy primer. So it is what it is, folks. I just want to share that. Now this thing is done. That stuff is done, so I can now get back to working on the 49 Chevy, putting the air tank in that car for the airbag suspension. The transmission right there, the replacement one for that car, and getting the rear end fully integrated where it needs to go on the trailing arms. Getting the panhard bar that I pulled off the Tahoe and incorporated on that. So this little stuff I got out of the way. This is residual stuff from my last weekend of gargantuan media blasting efforts, which I was able to successfully get done and send it all on its way, and no more blasting for maybe, I don't know, until more stuff comes in, I guess. So, but that's just the process here. I want to share with you this Flex Primer stuff. Seems to be working really well, and it's a solution for you if you have this kind of stuff. If you have these Porsche fenders, or even newer cars, a lot of times this stuff is really cheap on the new cars. They just throw it out. But the older cars, like this 81 Porsche, I don't know if these are available. I know there's plenty of used ones out there. At some of the wrecking yards that specialize in the Porsche stuff. So, but if you do need one or need a rear, and you find one, and you want to get all the old paint off, because a body shop will just sand it down and then shoot their primer and shoot their paint on top of it to get it in and out. That's how they make their money. By the job, they get paid a book rate, flat rate for the job, but they don't really take the time to do it really nice. They never hire a blaster, never. Body shops never do that. They just, pay a guy a couple bucks an hour to sand it down. So this is all my experience, born from firsthand knowledge, being next door to a body shop and an upholstery shop at my last place for 10 years. So anyways, I gotta go. Things to do. Be good. Have a nice day, folks. See ya. Bye-bye.